Thank you for having me, number one. And I am known as the Queen of Reframe because you can bring me any challenge, and I can quickly reframe it for you, give you a completely new way to look at it, and give you the effective action steps that you need to take to get you from where you are to where you want to go and to get immediate results. And that's why I'm known as the Queen of Reframe.
Okay, I'm going to stop you for 1 second because you're speaking really fast.
And
the last time that happened, I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize this. She was speaking so fast. So for radio, you want to slow it down just a little bit, because they're not watching your mouth. They're not, and so you've got to give them that because she spoke so fast. I was like, oh my God. And we could hear every breath that she took. So I was like, oh my goodness. Okay. So slow it down a little bit. Okay. I'm going to just do that one more time. Joining me now is Carol Boston of Carol Boston Coaching, and she is known as the Queen of Reframe. Carol, why do they call you that?
First, can I say thank you for having me here? I'm known as the Queen of Reframe because you can bring me any challenge. I mean, any challenge. And I can very quickly give you a completely new perspective on it and give you the effective action steps that you need to take to get you from where you are to where you want to go to get immediate results.
Carol, you are the best storyteller that I know. I mean, when you are listening to Carol speak, she has got you on the edge of the seat. And Carol, what can you say to people who have just been fed up with everything that's going on and they are trying to get motivated? And can you give me an idea of what that sounds like, what that looks like, the Carol I know?
Well, I tell you, if you're going to wait until you feel motivated, it's not going to happen. Here's the thing. People don't do things often because they don't feel confident. And confidence is not a feeling. My clients learn and act upon the fact that confidence is a decision to act. And all you need is a little bit of courage, right? Just a little bit. And hire a good coach like me, and we're going to get you into the effective action steps for you to take. And then the confidence comes. I had a client one time and just couldn't get out of her way. And so I asked her, where else in your life are you not showing up for you? She's like, what? I said, write it down. Where else? I said, you pay me in advance for my time. I'm not going to give you money back. You see, she was always showing up late. And I said, and I'm not going to give you extra time because I have a schedule of clients that I keep. And she said, is that my homework for the following week? I said, honey, that's your homework ad nauseum. I want it on your shower, on your dashboard, on your refrigerator. 6 to 8 times a day, you put that empowering question out to God in the universe. And here's a caveat with empowering questions. You're not to try to figure the answer out because the answer is outside of your jar. And you know that about me. My next book is called what? You can't read the label when you're inside a jar. And we're all in a jar. Fast forward about 3 months later, she's sitting in my office. She looks at me. Her eyes are really big. And she goes, oh my God. I said, what? She goes, that's another area that I'm not showing up for me. And when she began to have those awarenesses and we replaced those habits that weren't serving her with leadership habits, we doubled her income in 6 months. So I'm going to ask your audience, where in your life are you not showing up for you?
And there you have it. Carol, I tell you, I would be jumping out of my seat and I would be standing up and applauding because that is something I think just about any of us and all of us can relate to, especially during this pandemic. I mean, certain things have just slowed us down to almost, turtles sometime. And we're like, what is going on? And, there's a lot of things that, are a reflection of that. But right about now, if you've never needed or thought you needed a coach, and maybe you didn't need one, but right about now, many of us really do. And, you are what I'm sorry, you would be topping my list for coaches because just the way you are, just the motivation behind your coaching and how you go about it. You've got a gift I've not seen before, and I really want the world to know about it. And that's why I'm taking the time to take time with you. Now, I know that we know each other through the Florida Women's Business Center. I always have to give them a plug.
Absolutely.
But don't do this thing by yourself. If you're in business, we go there and we network with other business leaders, and we encourage one another, but we grow together. And that's one of the things that, Carol and I have done. I've been able to speak with to some of Carol's groups as a speaker.
Yes, we were so blessed to have you at the Women's Executive Club. You spoke to us at the Fort Lauderdale Yacht Club. And I have to tell you, the ladies were talking about afterwards, not only the value that they got, but something that seemed so simple to you that was so profound to them was to how to turn your phone to use the camera correctly. It was like this mind-blowing, simple thing that everybody loved. It was great.
It is. And I've shared that a few times over this past week. If you get nothing else from this time with me, this past, this whole 7 days that you have me, do that. When you're shooting video for social media or anywhere else, video specifically, shoot it horizontally and not vertically. Thank you, Carol, for bringing that up. I really appreciate your time. I just want them to get an idea of who you are. Carol Boston of Carol Boston Coaching. Connect with her on LinkedIn. Carol, where else can they connect with you? What is your website?
My social media handle is at the Carol Boston. That'll take you to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. LinkedIn, you just have to add coaching at the end, at the Carol Boston Coaching. My website is www.carolboston.com, or you can email me, carol@carolboston.com.